Ignition. Liftoff.
Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
And welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, Gibran Hernandez, David Bonilla, and our in-house guest attorney, Ashley Patton.
And the only one wearing green today.
There you go. That's right. It is St. Patty's Day. This is the day where if you're in college, you pay like 25 cents a beer. Like
for green beer.
For green beer. On top of that,
you would think it would be more expensive since they have to go and color it.
That's true. That's true.
And everyone knows the next day when you've went out for St. Patty's because your mouth is green.
Yeah.
It's like,
and your shirt, all of your shirt is green,
and you stink.
And you stink.
Yeah. Well, that's just common for going out. You just wake up stinky the next day.
Yeah. And you pee green for like 2 days on top of that.
See, that I didn't know. I think you might want to go get checked.
Wait, yeah.
It's called clap.
Last time I checked, that was not a side effect.
This is really one of the best times when you're in college. This is one of the best times to literally go out and have a good time. I remember this being like my favorite holiday.
Oh yeah,
right.
Especially on a Friday.
Especially on a Friday because you don't have to go to work the next day, right? And I feel like it kind of translates into real estate too. Like I feel like today everybody's ready to go out. It's Friday. It's Friday. We got the shrimp and michelada guy coming over here later.
Oh, he's coming again?
He'll be here at 3 p.m. You know how that works here at the office.
I'm going to have to come here again.
Yeah, you're welcome to come.
Yeah.
You know how it works now.
Wait, is green micheladas?
We could probably make green micheladas,
we should make them green.
We should make that. happen, considering that it's St. Patty's Day today.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a great idea. Green micheladas with green shrimp cocktails.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are. I have meetings all the way to 7 p.m. today, so I'll have a michelada at 3 p.m. and try to be sober by 4.
I had a meeting with a leprechaun.
Oh.
So I got to tell you guys a little story of what's happening right now with some of my listings, since it is Alan's rant time, right? So one of the things that happened this week, which I seriously cannot believe, we had a agent that went out, showed the property. It's a property that's been fully renovated, and at some point he couldn't get the key to one of the doors to unlock one of the back doors from the garage.
Yeah.
So guess what happens? He kicks it in.
Nice. Kick the door in?
Kicks the dang door in.
Are you serious?
And then
did he even call to ask for the key?
No, he's just, he sent me a text message or an email later. Hey, I just want you to know that it looks like someone kicked the door in. I'm like,
somebody.
I'm like, dude, I was just there. I know nobody kicked the dang door in, but here's the thing. It's so hard for you to prove that this person did it unless you were literally recording it. And what am I going to do? Call the cops on this guy, file a report,
Right.
Unfortunately, this is one of those scenarios where I just had to call the owner and be like, hey, dude, I'm sorry. This jerk kicked your door in. We got to get it fixed.
Wow.
Yeah, but that gives you an idea on one of the cool adventures that's happened this week. We got a phenomenal show planned out for you guys today. Today, we're going to be going over the bracket, which if you guys missed last show, you definitely want to stay tuned for this one because we're going to be going over all of the marketing methods, which one is best, and advancing 2 of them today to is it the semifinals next week?
Yeah.
Semifinals will be next week. Yeah,
I think it is.
So today we're going to be moving two up on the bracket so we can get to the semifinals next week. We're going to be going over a legal case here in just a minute.
Yep.
A really, really good one. Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, you can answer your questions live on the air. Now, David, this weather has been unpredictable this week. What's the weather going to be like this week for us?
Oh man, I'm still cracking up about you powering through that hiccup there.
Yeah. What was that
I'm
about?
sorry. I think I'm going through puberty and my voice was cracking.
Wow. That was pretty awesome. Well, today we're actually gonna have a nice day. We're gonna have a high of 79 and a low of 64. It's gonna be kind of cloudy and with some sun out there. And then during the weekend, we're actually gonna stay hot in the 80s and lows in the 60s. Kind of cloudy, but it should be a nice weekend.
All right.
All right.
So one of the things
sounds
that
good, yeah.
we want to do is go over how basically go over and review last episode's bracket, because we talked about two very, very important marketing strategies.
Well, let's start off by explaining the bracket. So anyone who wasn't listening last week, you're all familiar with the NCAA bracket,
right?
And you're all familiar with the idea that it's very hard to get a perfect bracket. And if you can't see us for just a second, that's okay. You're going to see us again in just 2 seconds. But the bracket here, this is where we started at. So we had postcards versus handwritten letters. We had cold calling versus door knocking. We had purchase leads versus social media, and then referrals versus Google ads and Facebook ads, any other type of marketing ads. And what we're trying to do is break it down here to what is the most effective out of all of these marketing strategies by literally doing is tournament style like the NCAA.
Yeah.
Now, anyone who's been following NCAA knows that out of all of the brackets that were created, which was like millions of them, 99% of them have already been eliminated.
Yep.
There's only less than 100,000. David actually has one perfect bracket still going.
No, I have one at 99.6%.
Oh, never mind. I thought he had a perfect bracket. He's a loser like all of us.
Yeah. Just a little slightly less of a loser
than all of us. So what we're gonna do in just a few minutes is we're gonna get into the actual bracket itself, and we're gonna jump into the next two rounds of it, and we're gonna face off against each other. But we want to go back and let's pull that bracket back up on the screen for a second there, Brandon. Thank you. We want to go back and we want to look at the ones that already faced off last week. Remind all of our listeners why the ones that were winners were winners.
Right.
So when we look at the bracket here, you'll see that we faced off postcards against handwritten letters. And handwritten letters was a winner, and it was a clear winner.
Yeah,
the postcards, even though they had their advantages, it just wasn't nearly as efficient. And we know too many people have just blown their entire budget on postcards and got nothing out of it.
People are still doing postcards a lot, though. They really are.
They are.
Actually, not too long ago, I had a title company come in here and tell me about how they were going to.
Somebody was giving us thumbs up, so I guess they really like handwritten letters.
They were going to partner up. They were going to partner up with us on how they were going to send postcards to all of our clients, and one side would be real estate, the back side would be
that's right. I do remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And probably Capital Title, right?
Oh, that's interesting that you mentioned that. It's like this guy knows everybody in town. But, you know, we thought, you know, we don't really get any calls from postcards. And most people that get postcards nowadays, I feel like they just look at it as spam mail.
I'll be honest, the only postcards that I ever look at, and maybe it's just because I'm a cheapo. I came from the school of...
Wait. Let me guess. Bed Bath & Beyond 20%.
I love the Bed Bath & Beyond 20%.
I was gonna say it's got to have a deal on it.
If it has a coupon in it, or now there's like a restaurant by my house literally just mailed out postcards with an actual gift card in it, and it was a $20 gift card.
Oh,
and
wow.
that's it. No strings attached. Just a $20 gift card.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, heck yeah, I'm going to keep that
I'll
postcard.
take that all day. Yeah, for sure.
So if you send me money, basically, then yes, I'll keep it.
So basically what you're saying is for a postcard to work, someone's got to pay you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, very much so.
I almost feel like that's the case nowadays.
Yeah, it really
Right?
is. I just don't think the postcards are that effective. And what's funny is that the handwritten letters, even when people call to complain, sometimes they're like, why would you waste your time writing me a handwritten letter? And it's like, oh, I'm glad that they really think it's handwritten.
Yeah.
So the handwritten letters are clearly the most effective. I want to make sure we jump into the other one
definitely
here.
handwritten letters won over
Let's pull that bracket up
postcards.
again.
That one moved up.
So then the next two that faced off was the...
It was cold calling and door knocking.
Cold calling and door knocking. Yeah, and those are actually both really effective methods. And it's funny because I personally thought cold calling was going to take it.
Yeah.
I thought because you see all these companies that have their ISA department, their cold calling department, and they do pretty well. But here in this case, we just said that the door knocking, you're going to spend more time doing it, but you're creating that hot lead. Yeah. And you're getting, what is it? The
belly
quote?
to belly.
Belly to belly. You're getting belly to belly with the people that are there in the houses themselves. So
door
that's
knocking won because we remembered and we over historical data that we've encountered.
Yeah.
We've seen people make tons of money from door knocking.
And we want to be clear, this is not about which one is the easiest. This is about the effectiveness of the strategy.
Right.
And which is why door knocking won, because yes, it is a lot easier to sit in a room and make a bunch of cold calls.
Sure.
That doesn't take a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort to go and actually knock on someone's door.
Yes.
But it's funny because after the show, I went back and I read a comment from somebody who was saying that when they do instead of actually cold calling, they pull up the list of expireds and they actually go and they knock on those expireds doors. Yeah. And they get huge returns off of that.
That's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah. So rather than actually being the annoying agent or the ISA that's calling, which we do the same. We have an ISA department now, and we do the same thing. But for the agent themselves to go to the house, he says that he almost always wins over the other agents because he shows up, he leaves a gift behind and says, what was it? One agent said that when they open the door, the first thing that they say is, this is what you're going to see when you list with me. A real person who shows up to your door. How many phone calls have you gotten today, and how many agents have actually been here?
Ooh,
and that's literally like the first thing he says when he opens the door.
You can't beat that. A gift, a little spiel.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that is powerful when you think about it, because that if I was on the other end of that, I would go, damn, he's right.
Yeah.
He took the time out of his day to come here and had the confidence to know that he was going to close in on this deal today.
Definitely.
So what we're getting through here, we're getting to the end of these. When we get back from the break, so we're going to go to break here in a few minutes.
Yep.
Or in a few seconds. And when we get back from the break, what we're going to do is we want to look at the next level of the bracket.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to let Ashley duke out one of them. So during the break, we're going to prep Ashley to be on the show and duke out one of them for you. So you're either going to be in Ashley's corner or in David's corner or Alan's corner.
Yeah. Okay.
So when we get back from the break, we'll jump into our bracket and we'll continue. We'll see you right back on the other side.
Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, during the break, we were supposed to talk about the brackets, but I forgot we were supposed to talk about that. And we talked about something else.
We totally didn't talk about the brackets
we know
at all.
What is coming up, though, on our bracket is going to be the purchase leads versus social media. Now, I think that's where the conversation was that we were having was, are we talking about social media marketing, period, or are we talking about social media organic? So are we going to include the actual ads that you can buy or just the organic? And I'm gonna err on the side of just the organic, and I'll tell you why. Because anyone can go and pay for the ads, right? But the organic, I see a lot of people who are incredibly successful at running their business just purely organically, just letting people know about who it is that they are and what they do. And I'm not trying to make the argument for social media.
Yeah, I would err on the side of ads, though, but I mean...
Well, we also have Google AdWords. We have referrals versus Google AdWords, and I think that's going to be an amazing face-off because those are both really, really good. I don't know which one is actually going to win that. But let's go ahead and start with purchase leads. So which one of you guys wants to take purchase leads? Who feels good about that? So Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, HAR.com.
I'll take those. That's fine.
All right, Alan's going to take that one. And so, Ashley, I'm going to let you do social media.
Social media it is.
Yeah, the social media king.
On the hot seat. Ashley doesn't even know what his Facebook page looks like anymore.
I'd never look at it.
So, coming out of the red corner, we have Ashley Patton.
Actually, green
Patton
quarter.
Law Firm, Texas American Title, representing social media. And we're going to include social media marketing. I'll include the ads.
That makes it
social
easier.
media marketing,
That
period.
puts us on the same level there.
And coming out of the blue corner, wearing the white shirt with red and blue dots, we have the challenger straight from Puerto Rico, Alan Hernandez, representing purchased leads.
Purchase leads.
Now, if you think that Ashley is winning, give us a thumbs up. If you think Alan is winning, give us a heart. So we're gonna go ahead and let Ashley go first,
So
or we'll let Alan go first. Yeah, Alan is hearts. Alan is hearts because he said he likes the hearts the other day.
I do like the hearts. You guys show me some love.
So Alan, tell us why you feel that purchase leads is a better lead source than social media.
I'm going to say that purchase leads are going to be better overall because of the quantity of leads that you can process. So you can go out there, you can go to Realtor.com, you can basically go out to any search engine out there that produces leads and buy those leads. They're not incredibly expensive, and based on your budget, you can buy the amount of leads that you can process, right? So that's where
Somebody's already voting for Ashley.
Yeah, this argument's pretty weak. This argument's pretty weak.
That doesn't say very much about your argument.
Let's put it to you this way. I purchased approximately $15,000 worth of leads from one website last year, and I got about $10,000 of it back. So I'm not really on this corner to begin with.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Concede.
Well, Ashley, take it away.
Well, people like to do business with people they like. And quite frankly, if you do it organically, everybody who sees your Facebook page is already your friend. And so it's easy organically, even if you buy the ads. I mean, it's just everybody's using Facebook. Everybody's using social media. Everybody's using the Twitter, the twatter, whatever it is. You tweet it, twat it.
I'm not the only one that says that. You see that?
I mean,
here's the thing. On purchase leads, there are agents out there that literally run their entire business on that. But you have to have a full structure on that. You have to be able to actually process those properly, go out there, really nail them down, because purchase leads don't just go to you, right? As an agent, they go out to tons of people. They go out to maybe 3, 4, 5 agents. Those agents are competing. They're cutting each other's commissions down. It becomes a real brawl out there. But you can buy a lot of them, and if you're good at actually putting those into a CRM, following up with them, and creating value for them, then they start converting for you down the road. Now, social media, it's different. You're right.
Right.
Here's the other thing about social media that I like. You can
wait. This is like a boxer literally punching himself in the face.
Yeah, you know.
You did say it was Puerto Rico.
That's right. That's right. Puerto Rico doesn't win a lot of boxing matches. You guys.
Wow.
Oh.
You know what I like about social media, though? I'll give it up. You can target your client, and with purchase leads, you really can't. With purchase leads, so the way it works is you can buy zip codes, right? And then like for example with Zillow, you buy certain shares of the zip codes. So if there's 100 shares, you can buy the majority of the shares. Obviously, you're spending a ton of money for the majority of the shares, and all it does is it gives you a little bit of an advantage over the next guy who's also paying for those same zip codes.
Well, I think what's amazing is 5 years ago, you wouldn't have had this bracket. Because 5 years ago, social media didn't exist.
Yeah.
And so, quite frankly,
I don't know about that.
Well, what was
it wasn't on the scale that it is today. And I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, Facebook advertising has transformed over the last year and a half. The targeting that you can do on Facebook advertising these days is just incredible. It really blows me away.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna call this contest.
I didn't get anything. I think I got like 1 heart, you guys.
I'm calling this contest.
It was probably my wife who's watching.
And that was pity.
Yeah. She was like, "Oh, I feel
you got 2 hearts."
She was like, "No,
he got hit a bunch.
Don't let him lose." We're gonna call this one by technical knockout. TKO on this one. It's gonna.
Oh, I got a couple hearts right there. Thank you guys.
Social media.
Yeah, Tang seems to like the purchase leads for some reason.
Yeah,
Tang likes the purchase leads.
Hey,
let us know in the comments what you like about the purchase leads.
Tell us what you like about them and what your process is, so that we can figure out what you guys are doing out there. All right, we got a bunch of thumbs up and just a couple hearts. So I'm thinking this one's pretty much done.
This one is social media. We're gonna go with social media on this one. So let's go ahead and knock social media up there. And you're right. This is gonna be the quarterfinals. The semifinals will be after that.
Yeah.
So next week we'll get into the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
But we do want to go ahead and knock out the difference between referrals and Google Ads. They're not the difference, but which one is better and which one is not. So you see social media went ahead and walked its way over there.
Yeah.
Social media has moved its way up. So let's go ahead and get into the next two here. So coming out of the red corner, we have David Bonilla, and he's going to be representing referrals here.
Okay.
The referral systems, which are some of the most robust systems that are out there, that they're explained really well, and I'll let David get more into
thank
that.
you. I feel like baby's fighting for me already.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, right?
Yeah, and then why don't you be Google Ads since you know so much about them?
I do know a lot about Google AdWords, so yeah, why don't you arbitrate this one? And me and David will go toe-to-toe.
All right. In the red corner, we have Google AdWords BB.
Oh, I thought I was in the red corner.
Yeah, he's in the red corner.
You want to be in the red corner?
Yeah.
You want to be in the green corner?
Why the green corner? There's
Blue
no green corner.
It's St. Patrick's Day, man. Come on.
The green corner.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be in the green corner.
You're in the green corner. In the green corner, we have BB with Google AdWords BB, and he's going to be telling us all about how he kicks butt by paying for his leads. In the opposite corner, the red corner,
he's like, damn it, I forgot.
We have David Bonilla, who is going to be telling us all about why referrals kicks the most butt.
That's right.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh, you've been wanting to do
I've
that.
I've been dying to do that. That guy makes like what, $2 million for saying
Every
that?
time he says that.
I
yeah.
love it. I love that guy. All right. So let's go. Let's face off. Who wants to go first?
David?
Go ahead, AdWords.
Okay, so Google AdWords, look, I did Google AdWords for a long time, and I'll say this because I know what David's going to say. They're expensive. Yes. Are they expensive? Yes. And the thing about Google AdWords is you don't only have to worry about your ads, you do have to worry about your landing pages. But I will say this. If you have a good landing page that you've worked on, and you are paying to be in the top 3 clicks on Google AdWords, no matter how much you're paying, you will get deals. And you can start to really break it down to an exact dollar number. Because when we were doing Google AdWords, for about every $1,500, we would buy a deal. And it would be almost a guarantee that we would get a deal after that. And yes, it's frustrating because you spend a lot in between. And then when you know that your competitors are out there clicking on your ads and costing you money, it gets really frustrating. But for about every $1,500, and granted, this was maybe a year and a half ago. We don't do Google AdWords that much anymore because it got up there to where Big State and a few other people were paying like $75 a click.
Or more. There were some people paying $100 for certain keywords, and literally you drop $100 when you click.
Yeah,
click
does
it
anyone
once.
here know what the most expensive Google AdWord is?
No.
Divorce.
Oh, wow.
Divorce attorney. That is the most expensive Google AdWord.
Really?
They go up to $1,000 a click.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You do get business. Why? Because this is what's called forward leaning. These are people who are looking for you. These are people who need your services right now. You're not worrying about maybe they'll need my services sometime in the future.
They're
no, these are
searching for
people
you
that
now.
are searching for you now, who need you now. And if you spend enough and you have all the right tools in place, you're going to get leads from Google AdWords. You're going to get deals from Google AdWords.
All right. So if you agree with BB, make sure you give him some hearts. All right. So BB is a heart side. And then we're gonna give referrals a chance to come back with a rebuttal, and referrals is gonna be the thumbs up. Referrals, what do you got over there?
Yeah, for Google AdWords, key operator there is I did or I used to do Google AdWords, which means they don't do them anymore, and that's for a reason, guys. Listen, Google AdWords is technical. You got to know what you're doing.
I feel like I just got kicked in the gonads, man.
You got to spend money. And so everyone can work referrals. Anyone can get out there and get on the phone or get out in their car and drive by, do pop buys, set up a birthday program. Everybody can send a cupcake to, people in their CRM on their birthday. So the referral system is a lot more simple and easy to understand, and it's also a lot more effective. I mean, you talk to top producing agents, their bread and butter is the referral system. That's the first thing they're going to say. So hands down, referral system wins all day. I mean, I don't even think I need to keep arguing this. You guys don't even do AdWords anymore, so.
And you're right. With Google AdWords, you have to be willing to spend the money.
Yeah. And do the management.
Yeah, you have to be willing to do the management and spend the money.
It takes a lot of work.
But you do get deals. I mean, if you were to ask a guy like Alex Del Torre or even like Brian, who Big State basically runs on Google AdWords, they know that it works. Yeah. And I mean, it is very, very, very effective. But we're coming up here towards the end. So we're
all right. So let's get a vote. Let's get a vote. So Google AdWords, let's get some hearts.
Yeah.
Google AdWords. Let's get some hearts for Google AdWords.
That literally just run on Google AdWords.
Absolutely.
That are crushing it out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Not real estate businesses.
Versus referrals, which anyone can do. Not a lot of people do it right.
Now we'll say
the people that do it, they make a lot of money.
With referrals, the only issue with referrals is, and I'll tell you this because I've helped people set up their referral systems because we are an exclusive provider of referral system here at the office. The problem with referrals is, what do you do when you have nobody in your database?
Yep.
When you're that person that is just barely getting started. Yep. What do you do?
Network.
Somebody's going back and forth. I got a bunch of hearts.
We got a lot of hearts. And we got a bunch of thumbs up. So we're going to have to tally these up somehow.
All right, let's tally them up by looking at them and guessing which one there's more.
Well, I think the hearts were coming from somebody at this table.
I agree, though.
I also think the likes were coming from somebody at this table.
Wait.
If we look to the comments, we see
Tank
Wynn says, "Ooh, buzzer beater for referrals." I mean, it's there in the comments.
You know what? Tank is one of our good listeners. I'm willing to concede the win on the advice of Tang. On his words, I'm willing to concede the win.
Here's the thing. I agree with you. If you do not have a database of people, where do you start? You have to start somewhere.
You got friends and family. You
That's
know
what you like.
somebody.
What if you just moved to city? What if you have no friends and family here? You're brand new. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
Join a BNI group.
There you
Join realtor associations.
Yeah.
There's builder associations.
I'm sure you
network
have
on.
hobbies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
A
absolutely
gym.
right. So you don't actually have to buy your leads. You can
Right.
literally get them all from referrals.
Yeah.
So,
Boom.
Mr. Arbitrator, we need a decision here.
I
Who's
think
gonna be moving on?
I'm going to go with referrals on this one. I think referrals is going to get you the most money.
Referrals is moving on. I
Right.
put up a fight. I tried my best for Google AdWords.
Yeah.
But David got me when he said you don't even do them anymore.
You know
he's
what?
right.
He
He is right
it's
about
not just
that.
that. He's absolutely right, because for every one client that you help, you should be able to achieve at least getting 2 more clients from them.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
And when you're really good at asking for them, they just start flowing.
So referrals is moving on. We've got our quarterfinals set up now. Handwritten letters will be facing off next week against door knocking, and social media will be facing off against referrals. The week after that, we'll get into the semifinals. Right now, you're on the Realty Ruckus. We've got to jump to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket. And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, if you missed it, we just had our bracket challenge. It was really, really exciting.
Yeah.
We were moving on, but now we're going to jump into something that's really important.
Yeah.
A lot of people need to know about this. Ashley's actually been dealing with a case similar to this for a long time.
Right.
And we've been keeping up with it on Realty Ruckus. It's the client that he's been helping pro bono and trying to get her resolved, because she's basically in a situation where she's risking losing her entire retirement,
Yep.
everything she saved up because of one bad decision she made.
Right.
And this case here kind of goes along the same lines, except it's from the other
The
side.
other side.
Right.
So let me explain the case a little bit so you can kind of understand the background of it. So what happens is we have a lady that walks in here and she says, "Hey, I love what you guys do. I want to sell my house." And we're all excited. We're like, "Woohoo, yeah, we'd love to help you sell your house," right? So she's like, "The only problem is that I bought it with owner financing and I don't know how to go about selling it. I've called the guy that sold it to me and he told me that I needed to hire an attorney." So we were like, well, that's not a really good answer. That's not a good place to start, So we suggested that she go back, that she bring us all of the paperwork for her closing documents, and then We asked her to go to a title company and pull the title for it, which she did. She pulled title for it, and she brought us all the documents. And come to find out, she actually doesn't own the property at all.
Not at all.
Right?
It wasn't per se owner financed either.
It wasn't per se owner financed either. So when we started looking at the documents, we started realizing that it was put into a trust. The property is owned by a trust. She has no part in the trust.
Right.
There's nothing about her in it. And in order for her to sell this property, even though she thinks she owns it, she's going to have to potentially pursue litigation because she really doesn't have any title claim to it.
No, it's what they entered into was a standard agreement for real estate deed, which is basically over 30 years you make your payments, then they give you the deed. Classically, it's called a contract for deed.
And that's real similar. So that people who are out there listening, you would compare that to basically like a car.
Or like a rent to own?
Like a rent to own.
Yeah, so basically you're paying on it and you don't actually own it until you're done paying for it.
Yeah.
And then you get the clean title, so to
Right.
say. But with most real estate transactions, you actually own it and the lender just has the right to be able to foreclose on it and take it back.
Right. I mean, anytime you have a transfer sale over 180 days, it's called what's known as an executory contract, which an executory contract, you have about 35 things to disclose on. If you fail to do that, it's deceptive trade practices, $250 a day, liquidated damages. You have to do a yearly accounting. And that's something I'm going to talk to your client about is have they gotten that yearly accounting? Because if this guy does more than one of those per day, you got $250 a day, statutory damages just for that.
Nice.
Not less, just all the other things. If you didn't give it a survey, you didn't give a rescission notice, you have a right to rescind from these contract for deeds because the problem with contract for deeds is the law doesn't go left or right a little bit. It swings all the way left, all the way right. It chops off everything in its path. And so in 2001, legislation came in here and said, hey, we're going to do away with contract for deeds.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And then they made it to where you couldn't write it for any further than 180 days.
Right.
Right?
That's exactly right.
So what happens in a case like this where it's literally written out for 30 years?
Well, a case like this is probably similar to what I'm litigating now with my client where she's being sued for more than $900,000.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Right, on a $157,000 house.
And that's just because of all of the damages, the statutory damages that they add up,
correct.
right?
That's correct.
That's so crazy to me.
Got it. So what options does this client have, and what good advice can we give the people out there who are buying properties with owner financing, quote unquote, but getting into these kind of contracts? I mean, obviously this lady, the biggest mistake that I thought that she made was that she didn't use an agent. Because she didn't have a clue what she was signing. She thought that contract there, which literally says standard agreement for real estate deed.
Which is not uncommon.
She thought that was the deed.
Yeah, the other day I actually sat down with a Hispanic couple, and they had just moved here from, I think it was Honduras or El Salvador, one of the two countries. And the lady was so adamant that she did not want to sign a contract. And I asked her, I said, well, why don't you want to sign a contract? She said, because as soon as I sign it, that means that I'm giving my house to you, and I haven't collected anything.
Wow.
And I had to sit here and really break it down for her, the fact that all this contract is you saying you're agreeing to sell the property, but we still have a whole other process and a bunch of a stack of paperwork about this thick that we're gonna have to go through to say that now I actually own it and you'll have your money in hand. But I think that's a big misconception, is some people think that you just sign some paperwork and now it's transferred and we're ready to go. Yeah. And they don't really understand what they're getting themselves into.
When I asked her, I was like, well, did you close at a title company?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, we closed at an insurance office. And I was like,
at an insurance office?
That's not a title company.
Oh, you know why? This is funny. Is she Hispanic?
Yeah.
Okay, so for some reason, it's in the Hispanic culture, what I've noticed is that they have a very high respect towards anybody that's a notary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
because notarios are way different in Mexico.
Right.
They have a lot more legal. They can actually write up contracts and stuff in Mexico.
Whereas, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, but here in the States, let's be honest, becoming a notary is almost like a joke. You submit your fees.
Which is like what, $150?
Yeah, and they do a background check on you,
and that's it.
and then that's it. You get your notary stamp. I mean, I had my stamp within like 2 weeks of signing up to be a notary, and it's not very hard at all. But for Hispanics, they trust notaries a lot. They see them almost like attorneys.
Yeah,
So
because they
anytime-
almost are in Latin America. They're like right below attorneys. They actually have the power to draft legal documents and stuff in certain instances.
Okay, so now that makes more sense. I didn't know that,
Yeah.
but I did know that because that lady, when she was here that day, she said, "Well, where's a notary?" And I said, "Well, we don't need a notary to sign this contract." And she said, "No, I need a notary here to make sure that's official." And I couldn't figure that out. And that's why when you said that, I was like,
That
"Oh,
makes
they must
sense
have
now,
signed it
yeah.
an insurance company,
Yeah.
and there must have been a notary
There
there."
was.
So to them,
Yeah.
that
It's
was
official.
official.
To her, that was an official document, and the notary, agreed that it was fine, and so she was protected.
Wow.
And when I had to break the news to her that she was not only completely unprotected and that she didn't actually own the
That's
property.
so bad, yeah.
It was
She probably
heartbreaking.
thought it was a bad joke.
It
or
was
something.
heartbreaking because
Right.
she put $12,000 down on this, and she's
Yeah.
been paying on this house for
For
I
an
don't know.
$87,000 loan.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's been paying on this house for I don't know how many years. She's owned it
Since
for
2010.
Okay, so 7 years
7
now.
years.
Yeah.
She and she does according to what the house is worth now. It's got quite a bit of equity. That house is appreciated
Is
quite a
the
bit.
interest rate even within the limits of usury?
Well, according to this, they're basically paying 9.5% plus 5 points.
Wow. Okay.
So-
So you have to take those points into account on
Right.
your APR for that first year.
Absolutely.
That might actually
probably,
push them over the limit.
That's over the limit, I think, for a homestead.
What is over the limit?
Yeah.
18%.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I thought it was
Okay.
12%
well, actually,
on
one
homestead.
of our clients.
Well, it's 18%. That's basically federal law.
Okay.
That's the
federal law.
limit, the
Yeah.
max you
Yeah.
can charge.
I mean, the only time you go over 18% is if you have a factoring company to where you loan money on receivables, or if you have a pawn shop license. They can get up to 23% in factoring. There is no limit.
Wow. Okay. That is that how those payday loan places are able to get away with like 400% interest?
That's exactly right, because they're all factored.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so first of all, obviously, always use a realtor, someone
Yeah.
that's licensed. Always use a title company.
we have a couple comments about that.
We have that settled out.
What,
yeah.
what are the comments
Well,
saying?
Seth said one of our agencies says, I'm working with a client now, forcing the other side to use the TREC contract because their contract didn't protect his client. So the client's actually pretty lucky that she approached Caesar when she did, because if not, she would have been entering into an agreement where she would have had no protection.
I
She would
actually
not
got
have
a
known.
chance to review the other side's contract. It was something that they drafted up themselves. I saw this case with Caesar. It was something that they literally drafted up themselves. It was obviously not
Not done by an attorney.
Not done by an attorney.
Okay.
It was very poorly worded and horrible grammar, and completely
Golly.
completely one-sided. It was like you were giving in the contract. It literally specified that they were giving up any rights to any litigation, to any potential future anything, any claims, anything, and it was spelled out, and it may have not had any actual bearing, but having signed that, now you got some issues to
Now
do.
they have
Yeah.
a case almost.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, you can't sign something and turn around and say, hey, I didn't realize what I was signing.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that
Yeah.
in court of law.
So yeah, it's true. I mean, had his client signed that, it would have been a case just like this, where who knows what would have happened with that
Yeah.
client. They would have done anything. And here's the thing, like this lady, I had to basically tell her, you've been renting this house
Yeah.
for 7 years. And she's like, well, what about my $12,000 and the other $20,000 that I put into repairs? I was like, you basically gave it to someone and repaired someone else's house.
Well, anytime you pay the equivalent of 40%, or if you pay on 48 months, then you have what's known as an equitable right to the property, which there's a bankruptcy court which basically said that it's not the right to buy, it's actually equitable position in the property, which is in other words, they can no longer kick you out of the property. They've got to foreclose on you, and then you go through the whole foreclosure process, and any of the extra money goes back to the homeowner, the equity homeowner. So she has some rights. I mean, she can get those repairs back. It's just, I can't believe the guy said, contact the attorney.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, as soon as
Freaking jerk.
as soon as she called him to say, hey, I need to sell this house, I'm gonna need the deed, he's like, you're gonna need to get an attorney. So
Well,
he's counting on the fact that she doesn't have the money to hire an
Right.
attorney.
Yeah, I think it's going to be funny because really the one who's going to need to get an attorney is him.
Yeah.
Because he's got a potentially $900,000 lawsuit
Right.
on his hands now.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he's licensed too, so that just takes it to the next level.
Well, usually when you're licensed, it's just something to throw at the jury, something to throw at the judge.
Yeah, they know what they were doing.
Right. It doesn't make you more culpable or not.
They definitely knew.
Right. It's a good thing to hook Barb and stag him there.
But in court, isn't there actually, I don't want to say legal statutes, but isn't there precedent, that when you're a professional in a field, you're looked at on a higher level in those occasions.
You're not supposed to. But if you're a defendant, you should be looked at as a reasonable, ordinary person. But guess what? If you're considered a professional and you're in real estate and you do something bonehead, you're going to be held to a higher standard.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not supposed to be, but guess what?
That's just emotionally what happens.
That's emotionally what happens, right?
No doubt. Absolutely.
I mean, the statute doesn't give an extra penalty if you're a professional, but the jurors do.
Maribel Lopez, she says we need to give this information in Spanish too. Do you think you could conjure up a real quick
Espanol.
Where's your Espanol?
Where's your Espanol at?
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Not today.
She's
Today we're Irish.
This would be great information to disseminate out there to the Hispanic community that sometimes they get affected by this because they have such trust, and with a notary being there, that something is official.
It's funny, man, because I've known that about notaries for a long time, that they feel that way.
Yeah.
But I never knew the connection. Now that I understand the connection, I can see how that definitely would be misleading.
Yeah.
That would be like us going to another country and not realizing that attorneys in that country don't have the same power that they have here.
Yeah.
Or thinking that a realtor in another country has the same power as here, but they don't.
Yeah, because when I was in banking, I had a lot of Hispanic clients that would come up to me and they would ask me to like review their legal documents and does this make sense? Does this look right? And on all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, I really have no idea. And they're like, well, you're a notary and you're the bank manager, and so they would bring me their life documents. I'm like, whoa.
All right, so does this lady have an opportunity to maybe keep her house and maybe sell it?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just a matter of going through the motions.
What can she expect to go through? Just real quick.
If he doesn't back up, go through a lawsuit. And I've been going through my lawsuit now for about a year and 3 months with nowhere close to resolution.
Really? Okay, so you're still...
It's going to be a long fight.
It's going to be a fight.
It's going to be a fight. I mean, we're fighting every step of the way. I mean, yesterday, it's just... I basically told the lady to eat a Twinkie because she just... I haven't even met the attorney yet, but I could just imagine what the lady looks like.
Yeah.
And I've never felt like...
And she's probably sitting there eating Twinkies.
She probably is. Like fingernails on a board. It's just like every time I see her or hear from her, it's like... the most annoying sound in the world right there.
While having a Twinkie with the other hand.
Exactly. And I better be careful. I'm going to say it one day in a courtroom, and it's going to come out bad because...
Eat a damn Twinkie.
I mean, the judge is a lady, and then, of course, everybody there is a ladies, and I'm going to say something to her, and then like, it's almost like that bodybuilder who got body shamed or something like that.
Yeah. You're the big burly guy that's coming in and
telling
them to eat Twinkies. Exactly. Anyways, don't forget you're on the Realty Ruckus. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket. And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we just went over a really, really important legal matter, and it's funny because during the break we were talking about how the other matter that's been going on for a year and 3 months now, so everyone gets a good understanding. The other case that he's working on has been a year and 3 months. And there's barely in a period called the discovery period, which means that you're still at least 6 months away from ever seeing a courtroom.
At least.
And this just goes to show you guys, anyone who's out there who's like, well, I'll just sue them.
Yeah.
It's not like you sue someone and then a week later you're in court and then Judge Judy finds a final ruling. Yeah, the rulings are final.
If I was charged in this case, I would have billed over $20,000.
Wow.
So
and you're not even halfway there.
No. No.
What would be the end expense, do you think, at the end of the day on a case like that?
40,000, 50,000 legal fees minimum.
Wow.
And that's even for an appeal. There's going to be an appeal. No matter which side wins or which side loses, there's going to be an appeal.
Yeah. Wow. And so this thing could potentially drag out for what, maybe 3, 4, 5 years at the most?
So.
What's the longest case you've ever dragged out before?
God, I'm still personally litigating a case for 12 years.
Oh my gosh!
Right.
Oh, wow.
So it's maybe I'm that good because I'm just able to push it off. So
that's true. That is very true. Yes.
But just to kind of put an end to this part of the show, there are a lot of people out there that are being taken advantage of by unscrupulous, literally licensed agents, which baffles.
I like that word, unscrupulous.
It baffles me that people out there who are licensed, who are supposed to be helping others, would do something like this, right? To people who they know don't have the ability to really fight.
Oh, they know they're taking advantage of these people.
Yeah. So, guys, if you guys are watching the show out there, if you guys know of cases like this, let us know. And if there's anything we can do to help you, to put you in contact with the right attorneys, including Ashley, several of the other attorneys that we know here in town who actually litigate cases like this. We'd be happy to help you. We'd be happy to refer you. And there are people out there that are willing to help cases like this and help them out. And I think the way to do it is to take these guys to court and to let the public know that when you do something like this, you're going to be in trouble.
Yes. Yes. These people need to pay.
Exactly. So, all right, we got to move on to events because we have a lot of really cool events happening. We got to talk to you guys about it. Make sure that you guys are RSVPing, putting it on your calendars right now, and coming out, hanging out with us, and having a good time. That's what it's all about. It's not just about working in the business. It's also working on the business and having fun while doing it, right?
Like micheladas.
Like having micheladas on Fridays.
Green micheladas.
So that is our first event. We just decided right before the show that we're going to invite the Shrimp Cocktail Michelada Man back out to the office.
Alan is literally pulling his phone out right now to text
texting him right now.
You confirming?
Yep.
He's going to bring some green food coloring for those micheladas because it's St. Patty's Day.
What does that guy charge per drink?
Hey, we can discuss that on there.
I don't know.
I gave him a $100 bill and he didn't want to give me any change last week. And then I'm finally like, hey, do I get some change? And he's like, oh, yeah, here it is. And I have no idea how much he gave me back, but I was just like, wow, this is expensive. It was good. It was good, but it's expensive.
I can tell you guys.
I'm going to take a michelada.
So we got some credit with him. And that's what you're saying.
Yes.
We're getting some free ones today.
I was like, put me on the Gringos tab.
Well, remember, he did give me money back. I just didn't count to see how much it was. And so
I was wondering why. I pulled up to the office right as he was leaving, but he threw everything in his truck and he took off. And I was like, oh, wow, he seemed like he was in a rush. He's in a rush to go spend Ashley's money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Oh, well.
Anyway, he's going to be here today
Yeah.
around 3 p.m. If you
Yeah.
guys are out there watching, you're welcome to come
And
hang
no,
out with us.
micheladas are not $100.
No,
so
they
don't-
were good
don't
though.
think that
They were worth
They're
$100.
$4 or $5. I don't know what
Yeah.
they are, but
Yeah.
they're a good time, and we'll be out here just hanging out. This is a thing that we're gonna do on Fridays, just to kind of wind down the week and just have a good time. The team will be here. We get a chance to meet new people. We had a couple people swing by last week, and it was just fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
You
It was
know?
a lot of fun.
All right, cool. What else do we have? Let's talk about some other events.
Yeah, so next week on the 22nd, we have Realtors Retire Rich coming up, and that's a free MCE class for realtors, and we're going to be teaming up with Quest IRA to teach realtors how they can use their self-directed retirement accounts to invest in what they know best, which is real estate.
Awesome. I'm just cracking up because people are saying that Ashley is transparent. And he really is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a green screen.
Because Ashley,
He came in all proud for St.
Let me
Patty's
just help
Day.
you.
He was
Let me
so
help you
proud
guys
of St.
understand why
Patrick's
he's transparent.
I am glowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what happens when you wear green in front of a green screen, you guys.
You know, after my wreck, that's actually how my back looked too. Transparent. It was broken in so many places.
He gained superpowers after that.
Yeah,
wreck.
really.
One of those is the power of transparency, guys. Come on, I thought everybody knew that already.
All right, so March 22nd, this is Realtors Retire Rich.
Exactly.
And we're going to be showing everyone in town what they can do to create wealth using self-directed IRAs.
Exactly.
Right?
And not only self-directed IRAs, but other type of accounts that you can self-direct as well.
Yeah.
And we're going to be teaching realtors a lot of the benefits that you can get out of these accounts that most people probably don't know about.
Yeah, very cool. Actually, I'm putting a transaction like that together this month, so I'll be able to share some of that with everyone. Talk to you guys about how I am literally funding my kids' school through a transaction using what they call an ESA, which is an educational savings
That's like Coverdale,
account.
right?
It's called an ESA. It's called Coverdale, and it's an educational savings account. Basically, what you're allowed to do is you're allowed to put money into this account,
Tax free,
and then use that money to pay things like school, books, computers, internet, basically anything that your kids or anyone in your family that's a dependent can
because
need.
you can use it even on your own education. I believe.
That's right. Like if you're going to college or something like that.
Yeah, and I know that there are restrictions. So, and we're not
That's why we're hosting the
experts
class.
in this, but
Yes.
that's what the class is for,
The
because we
experts
have
will tell you.
experts there who will be able to tell you exactly how you can use all of those.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought it was cool because I'm actually like putting one of those together this month.
I think it's amazing because I know a lot of people who have kids in private school.
Yeah.
And then I asked them, "Well, do you have a Coverdale account?" "Well, no." "Well, I don't even know what that is." And it's like, well, right now you're paying taxes on the income that you're using to pay for your kid's school.
Yeah. So that's the problem is if your kid is in private school, and I don't know what your kid's private school costs, but let's just say it costs about $20,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right? Per kid. So you have 2 kids, that's $40,000.
And assuming you're in a top tax bracket, so your taxes are really, really high.
Let's say you're paying 30% top tax bracket or so.
Okay.
You're paying quite a bit of money on those $40,000 versus if you had it in an account like this, you're not paying taxes on it, and you're able to use it on things that your kids and you need anyway.
Well, even if the kid's in public school, you can use it for the supplies, for whatever else they need as far as their school.
That's true.
So
Who doesn't need a new laptop every now and then?
Everybody could benefit from it.
Exactly. All right. Do we have any other events coming up? 'Cause
Okay,
we're
so
running out of time.
real quick, after Realtors Retire Rich, I know we're going to be hanging out here at the office on the 25th. I think we're doing a crawfish boil. We'll send out invitations for that. And then on the 28th, Tuesday, Capital Concepts is hosting their networking mixer. I know Patent Law Firm's usually out there with them. And that one's at LaGrange from 5:30 to 8:30. Guys, remember, if you want all this information, you can find it on the Houston Real Estate Events Facebook page. Just search at Houston Real Estate Events to be able to RSVP and attend all these events.
Awesome. Is that all the events for the day?
That's it.
Very cool, you guys. It is Friday. It is St. Patrick's Day. Go out and have a phenomenal weekend.
Drink some green beer.
Drink some green beer.
Get your
have a
crunk
good
on.
time.
Take an Uber, though.
Get your drunk on. Yes, please take an Uber.
Hey.
Don't drink and drive.
Tonight, I'm wearing those leprechaun shorts with the really tall socks and the little pointy shoes.
And the afro, the green afro.
Oh, you are?
You
Where are you going to be at?
Oh, no, I'm just going to do it for home.
That's his usual wear on Fridays.
That's hilarious.
That's what I just wear on Fridays, guys. Come on now.
Thank you guys for joining us today at the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you guys next time from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays. Don't forget that we're going to be moving the show.
Yes.
to
Is that next
Tuesdays
week, though? Are
and
we doing that next
Thursdays.
week?
No, the week after. So
Okay.
we're giving viewers a chance to
We're giving
adjust.
you guys a chance to adjust.
One
We're going to
more
be
week.
moving the show one more week.
Yeah,
We're
by
gonna
the
be
way,
at 10
Ashley, we're
a.m. to
moving the
11
show.
a.m.
Thanks. I'm
Yeah.
glad to know it. I come on Fridays. Hey, the show was
Heads up.
yesterday.
We're going to be moving it to Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. You guys, we're going to give that a shot, see if that works a little bit better for our viewers. Don't forget to have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.